This is Sean.
This is Kevin.
And this is the one other thing, and it is Tuesday, so we're doing a list day, and I have to say it's Bizarro Tuesday, because sure feels like a Monday to me, man.
Yeah, I hate Mondays.
I do too, man. Mondays are not good, but we just celebrated Labor Day, and, I have to say that weekend was pretty nice. We'll talk more about it on Thursday's show, but, I love the extra day.
Yeah, and we celebrated our 11th wedding anniversary over the weekend.
Oh, congratulations, my friend. That is great. And you know what? We'll have to get into that a little bit because I'll have to do some homework and try and figure out what the gift is I have coming up for October here. You'd think I'd know what year it was.
You haven't thrown her out. That's a good gift.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I was going to get me different locks.
Yeah.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
I know. Come on. If it's steel, that's the right one.
It was. I was going to say, do you guys do traditional?
Yes, it was steel.
Well, hell, we're getting into it right now, I guess.
Yeah.
So it was steel. Okay, so what'd you go with?
I purchased some steel trivets.
Okay.
Some.
God, we're fucking lame that we know the word trivet.
I know. Trivet. No, I don't know.
The fact that you just said trivet and I said, yeah, because I know what a trivet is. I'm like, God, shoot us both.
She liked those. I got her a 3-level cookie sheet dry cooler.
Okay. Yep.
And I make cookies, so she likes my cookies. So
it's a great deal. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got her that. I got her a cheese cutter, like bamboo cutting board, but the steel part was all the drawer that's in it.
Oh, okay.
That has all the
wow, you got fucking crazy.
Cutlery.
That's a lot of stuff. Okay.
And I got her a manicure set that was all steel. It's like a high-end manicure set. It was the best one I could find on Amazon. It didn't cost much, but it was the best reviewed one I could find. It had like every nail clipper, whatever, and nose picker that you can find in this kit.
Fantastic, all steel. Well, Mickles and I do a thing where it's a competition of basically somebody wins anniversary gift.
Oh, I won, by the way, just to be clear.
Well, I was going to say, so how did she reciprocate? And it's usually something else. Was it steel and like steel or
jewelry? Yeah, something really crazy. I'm like, you're getting steel.
Yeah, fucking steel.
We did this especially at our 10 years when we went crazy with the jewelry, and that was good.
Why isn't it like diamond or lead?
Yeah, she actually got me that leather duffel bag because I've always wanted leather. And the steel part is the buckles.
That's a fucking reach.
Yeah, it was kind of a reach. So technically, yeah, mine was close. Mine actually had mostly steel.
Yeah.
Hers a couple pieces. Don't get me wrong. I wanted a duffel bag, a leather duffel bag.
It's a nice bag.
In my life, I've decided that I want everything to be leather. My leather couch, leather, everything leather.
Just fuck the cows.
Yeah.
We're done.
Shoot, yes, done with the cows. Down with the cows. Ever since I played Diablo, move.
That's it. There are no sacred cows. There are now sacred handbags.
Yeah. No, but so I love the duffel bag, and I asked for a larger one for Christmas because that's more of a carry-on size.
Okay.
But for now, I'm just going to carry our audio equipment from place to place with it.
Oh, look at that. So it's immediately functional.
Yes,
okay, so that's a good gift, though. It's a bit of a reach on the steel, but I like it.
But yeah, it was a good gift. So yeah, good job. And she got me a spoon that had something engraved on it about coffee together.
See, therein lies the rub. Because last year, I want to say it was all crystal. No. It was silver.
What is like 30th anniversary? How long have you been married? Since like 1982?
You think I know this? I want to say it was 15 last year.
Yeah, because...
Both for 17?
Oh, yeah, because
you're 17 this year, so I think it was 16.
2003 when you get married?
2003, I want to say.
And it's weird that I know generally when it was, too.
Sad that I don't.
Yeah.
I'm going with 03.
Yeah, 03.
I might not be wrong. Thank God my wife doesn't listen to our show.
Yeah. Yeah, people don't listen to my show.
But anyway, I will look it up. But last year was crystal, or I'm not sorry, it wasn't crystal. It was fucking silver.
Oh, okay.
And specifically, it was a silver serving set, which cost a shit ton of money, I might add.
Yeah.
And I talked to her about it because I am so not romantic in that
15
regard.
is crystal, by the way.
15 is crystal. So what's going on up? So what's 16? Silver?
Well, you asked me. I got to find a list now.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, some years it sucks because usually they have a modern and a traditional, so you kind of have some options to play with.
Whichever one's cheaper.
And last year rather, it was silver or silver. It was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
So I asked her, is that something you would ever want, have any desire? Because, again, it's a big chunk of change. I'm not talking cheap at all. But, I'm the dude that I'll do that if that's what you wanted. But I kind of knew her. I'm like, you never fucking use this thing.
Yeah.
And she fully agreed when I talked to her about it. So this past year, I think we just said, fuck it. I honestly can't remember what we got each other, but I think we just said, fuck it all, and kind of just ran with it. Because, at the end of the day, it's, it doesn't matter what the list says. It's your anniversary. Celebrate it however makes you both happy, you know? I do remember steel, though, because alas, I did not win steel. In fact, I remember steel and I remember iron, and I always will, because she did it twice. With iron, I got her a fucking wine rack, because seriously, what do you get? What's iron?
Yeah, what's iron? Yeah.
She got me a Maiden t-shirt. I mean, talk about fucking crushing it. I was just like, oh my Jesus,
Yes.
you just won. I fucking opened up to see the trooper staring back at me. I'm like, you just won.
Yeah, you just won.
And she did it again with the with steel. She did a Grateful Dead shirt for me, and their little. Everyone's seen it, but they don't know it. But the skull with the red and the blue side that have the lightning bolt through it.
Yeah.
Its name is Steal Your Face. There's a name to that whole little thing.
Oh, that's genius. Okay.
And I'm like, oh, that is fucking genius. Like, really well done.
Wow.
So yeah, she crushed it. So yeah. Anyway, doesn't
That's
matter what year was silver. I'll figure it out between now and then. But yeah, I got to get on the stick. That's coming up end of October. So congratulations, my friend. Though that is fantastic.
It is now my longest relationship by a year.
Look at that. Wow. And it's getting longer every minute. Doesn't end. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, we're not the guys that actually bitch too much about being married. We are happily married, I'd say. I mean, we bitch about everything, but
This time, yes. Last time, not so much.
awesome. Next time's for money. That's all I
Yo,
gotta
definitely, yes.
say. Yeah. Nick leaves me for a younger model, man. I'm telling you, my dream girl is extremely old, extremely wealthy, and she has no kin.
Yeah, exactly.
Preferably has some terminal illness.
Yes.
If we could throw that in there, that'd be awesome.
You are Frank from Shameless.
Just if I'm doing it again, man, it's for one purpose and one purpose only.
Money.
I want the money. But anyway, we're actually this is a list episode, if you believe it.
Yes.
So
we should be able to get at least 10 done.
Yeah, I know. At this rate, exactly. We left off on number 50, so we should be by like 47 by the time we're done with this show. But we were doing the list of 100 greatest Metacritic games, and
Yes.
I have to say we're largely doing this list because shout outs to Metacritic, obviously, .com for this. But while I give a shout out to Two Beard for their list, I did find their list of 100 greatest games or 100 games to play before you die. It made me want to die in some instances. I just did not agree with that list.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they cut up a bunch of games and put in a bucket, and just tossed them out and say, okay, those are our top 10.
Those are the ones
top
we're going
100
with.
games.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas this has, I can stand behind this. This list makes sense to me. So, again, we're trying different stuff with the show, and we have had some feedback, guys, that a little crazy with the list to some degrees. I think it has to do with just the same subject matter over and over. So we're going to we're evaluating that. But again, as I said, and I think in our last show, I feel like we've pigeonholed ourselves a little bit into the gaming, which is, don't get me wrong, we're nerds. It's a big part of what we do. But I think you're going to hear changes coming up, as we talk more about movies and books, and you might have heard of those. There's these rectangular things, words, but in music, again, I think even with the music we talked about in the last one, I think we pigeonholed ourselves a little bit, and we're still going to do the "What Are You" section. I think we're just going to expand upon it to just talk about what we like, because again, we have a focus on this show. The show has always been, I think will always be, just me talking to you, Kevin, you talking to me, what we do.
Yeah, what we do. This is basically our conversations normally. Just we try to condense it into, sometimes we try to keep under 2 hours, our conversations.
On occasion.
On occasion.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just our normal conversations, really.
Yep. And it's, again, all part of the evolution. So I don't want to dwell on that too much, but I did just want to say that, things are changing, guys, because we're changing. We're growing. We're learning,
I think that's specifically why I went after Kevin Smith for the video that we talked about last episode.
You mean our celebrity endorsement?
Yes, we're now a celebrity endorsed channel, yes. And I did post it on YouTube. I will be posting it elsewhere as well as soon as I get a chance. But if you listen to his podcast, he does that thing where he starts talking about something. And like this, this is a list episode. We haven't mentioned the list yet.
You never even know it, yeah.
Yeah, we wouldn't even know it. He circles back eventually, and he's the master at it. But yeah, we just naturally maybe it's a generational thing, but that's how we talk. We talk in great length we're like Wikipedia, links.
Yeah.
We're like clicking links as we talk. And eventually we might go back, we might not.
You never know. The rabbit hole is deep, and where it leads, no one knows. But, and I know I've done this, you've done this, and we've done it off air, folks, but we care so much about the show. We want to bring you good content that we kind of get wrapped up in our own heads. And we learn very quickly that we can't script it.
Yeah.
We tried that in some of our, I'll call them pre-pilot shows, and a script sucks.
Yes.
It takes away the spirit.
There was no dad jokes. They were kind of boring. Taman would hate it. It just, yeah.
That's awesome.
It was terrible.
That is fantastic.
Yes.
I love the way we interact with our audience.
Yeah, I know.
But again, lots of good stuff coming, and love hearing from you all, and love interacting with you all. And again, I think we're probably months away, but I think video is going to be one of our next hurdle. Careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
Just my warning there.
You will see us eventually.
Exactly, and yeah, you'll like when you see me on video, you're going to love our podcast.
Yes, yes. I miss the podcast days.
But so again, just a lot of good things coming. A lot of hard work going into this. As always, I thank you, Kevin, because you work 10 times harder than I do for this. And to everyone out there, I can't thank you enough. But maybe I'm just listening. Maybe this is my first show.
Yeah.
If I've listened this long and this is my first show, I'm amazed. But if that's the case, I want to be a tutor. How do I contact us?
Do yourself a favor. Head over to tootcast.net. Check all the wonderful links there that lead you to the YouTube page, lead you to all the pages to listen to your favorite podcast applications up on there. You're soon to see our Celebrity Endorsed video of Kevin Smith will be there at some point. But yeah, if you want to email us your encouragement, your
No, you can do the encouragement. I like that.
Yeah, do the encouragement. Yeah, leave it at that. Or anything you would like, any topics we want us to cover, please email us at tootcast.net. It's actually getting pretty lively, and
It is.
and I think that it will make sense at some point to really start pushing the Discord server once we start doing live podcasts, which I think we can probably handle.
Yeah, it's funny actually. We were talking about this again offline, and it's really, I'm not kidding, guys. It is. Our relationship has become so weird in the sense that we literally don't want to talk to each other about certain things now because we don't want to deprive the show.
Yeah.
It's content for the show. It's what we want to talk about, and we want to share it with all of you. So, again, all these interactions have been great. All those likes, those subscribes, the letters, the emails, rather.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm old.
Yeah, you're old.
The
pigeon,
the
the pigeon
fee I
carrier.
received in the mail.
Yes. The telegram.
But yeah, exactly. But we love all of it, and it's making a huge difference, guys. Not to cry me a river thing, but this is a money pit for us right now, and we're okay with that. That's, again, it's a labor of love, but we are starting to get a following. I'm starting to become a believer that, maybe one day we might actually make a little money to put back into the show.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
And I'm a big dreamer. I dream big. I even dream of things like breaking even one day.
Yeah, someday. Yeah, we saw some toilet paper ads we might want to investigate, so we'll get there.
Yeah, we're looking at the ads, but I mean, again, it's a journey. It's an evolution. There's no question we are better than we were on the first episode, and I can't help but think.
Definitely.
I mean, we're already at episode 19.
Yes.
I can't help but think 20 episodes from now, we're going to be listening to this and thinking, wow, we've learned so much since then. And again, to me, it's huge to have everybody with us. So thank you all for taking this journey with Kevin and I.
And thank you for being understanding on the fact that we don't edit our shows. I edit the first couple just a little bit. Now you get everything, and I apologize.
Yeah, actually, we have like two or three episodes at the most that have any form of editing.
Yep.
And that was because I effed up and said your last name in the beginning. That we weren't really thinking that one through, folks. Yeah. It's funny, we don't say our last names, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say everybody who wants to will figure out who we are easy enough.
Yeah, just go to Facebook. You'll find me.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm like, boy, it's odd. This Sean and this Kevin keep responding.
Yeah, I know. Who are these people?
With their full last names prominent.
Yeah, I know. But, exactly.
We're not really good at cloak and dagger, folks. But, it's our show is largely live.
Yes.
We don't edit.
No, we don't.
So if we started doing Discord or anything else as a live show, I literally don't think it'd be any different from my perspective.
No, I don't think so. I think it'd be fun. So I'd be looking forward to that. So I think we'll get to that point.
Yeah, agreed. And again, that'll be more fun with the interactions,
Yes.
That way we can hear the people say, boy, you suck live.
Yes, right now we got to deal with the emails, which that's basically they'll just take those emails and make them more personal, and they can yell at us right then and there.
Exactly.
You're wrong, Sean. You missed that lyric.
Yeah, I know. God damn it. It's just, it pains me.
I
When I
know.
heard that Special K thing, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I actually went back and listened. Like, son of a bitch. Fucking talking about breakfast cereal. Anyway,
I like Special K. But all right, so list.
that's a whole nother show. So we're doing a list, and we left off on number 50, which was Gran Turismo 3 for the PS2. But now, on number 49, a PS3 game.
It also Red Dead Redemption, which was the second time it's been on his list.
Yeah, so
And we have a user request that if we had duplicates, Haley, that we just skip it instead of talking about it all over again like it's a new topic.
yep. So Red Dead Redemption. If you want to know what we think about it, go to the last episode.
Go to the last episode, yes. We liked it, by the way. Number 48.
I actually have this.
Oh, it's the collector's edition?
Yeah, it's Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition for the GameCube, and that is a pick that is worthy of a desert island because it's cheating the system.
Oh.
It is Zelda, the first Zelda, the second Zelda, the Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. The only thing it's missing is actually the Super Nintendo Zelda.
Oh.
So Link to the Past. But that is 4 awesome Zelda games on one disc. It's just no question. It's like, wow. Yes.
Yes, you must play Zelda. I agree with it, and I do like all things Zelda. And someday I'll finish the new one. Not the newest one, but there's another new one out now.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. They are epic. So, yeah, Breath of the Wild I want to play, but I haven't even gotten there yet.
Number 47. Little Big Planet, which I believe it was either a title that came with the PS3 or it was like one of the first games that ever came out for the PS3 when it came out. And I would say I played it. I'm pretty sure I have a copy of it somewhere. And basically, it's a side scroller with the Sackboy. So it's very.
What's the Sackboy?
It just it's a boy that's a sack.
Is he in a sack?
He's kind of in the sack.
I have no idea what Sackboy is. Oh, like he's made of yarn.
Yeah, made of yarn. So
He looks quite happy.
it's it's kind of like a side scroller, a little more interesting backgrounds. Like they take advantage of the fact that he is kind of a toy.
Yeah.
So a lot of backgrounds are wheels and stuff. So it's a side scroller, kind of like Mario, Super Mario Brothers, but a little more slower paced, and it's just more of a relaxing version of that.
Okay.
Where a monster's trying to kill you constantly, but you're trying to get through all these kind of like levels.
Okay.
So it was a good game. It was, great graphics of the time, and yeah, definitely. Since there's no Mario on PS3, this is like, hey, here's a game like it.
That was your platforming equivalent. Yeah, never played it. I wanted to, and maybe I'm wrong here. Is this a series of games?
Yeah, been a bunch of versions out now.
That's what I thought.
Yep.
Okay.
So they have a whole bunch now.
He's adorable.
Yeah, it's adorable.
Is his name actually Sackboy?
Yeah, I believe it is.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but it pretty much just says Sackboy. Yeah, Sackboy. Yeah, his name is Sackboy.
That's interesting.
And yeah, and then you can start dressing them up as you go through. You can collect items and put different clothing on, put a hat on, stuff like that. Yeah, so it's more of a delightful version of Mario, but it's pretty much Mario.
It's amazing how you line up those ones and zeros and those pixels in just the right way, and you're just like, dude, look at his fucking hat. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. Sackboy.
I seriously get it though.
Yeah.
Not familiar with that game, but believe me, I've gotten the hat in a particular game where I'm like, yeah, look at that hat.
Oh, specifically brown knitted wool.
Brown knitted wool, yes. He's adorable. I will say that. He's an adorable mascot.
Yes. So, yeah, I did enjoy the game. I never beat it because I don't know if there's a lot of other games that came out at the time and got my interest, probably Skyrim or something, and I was playing those.
Well, speaking of really good games, again, I got to go back. I got to play this whole fucking series. They're so good.
Yeah.
But when I say the whole series, I mean from 3 and above, to be clear. But Grand Theft Auto Vice City is number 46 for the PS2. And was this already on the list?
I don't remember.
Neither do I.
I think it may have been on the PC version, so I'm pretty sure we talked about this on this list.
I thought so as well, and that's why I mentioned it. So we should be saying skip right now, but it's, first of all, Grand Theft Auto 3 and above.
Yeah.
It's now that real open world where I can go steal cars. I can run over people. I can Apparently, there's a game built into it as well.
Yeah,
but,
there's a game.
it's a ton of fun just doing that alone. Not even playing any missions, just grabbing cars and running people over is just ridiculous amounts of fun. But then you do it in an 80s era environment with the soundtrack to boot and the radio stations that you can flip between.
They were fun.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Such a good game. Such a good game.
Yeah, it's a game that is more than a game. Just existing in the world is just fun enough.
It's just fun. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, there were definitely times where I was playing that game where I'm like, wait, what am I supposed to be doing? Because I'm effectively just driving around listening to good music.
Yeah, this is cool. Sometimes I follow traffic laws just for a minute, and the rest of the time I don't.
No, this is funny. 45 for the PS2. I don't even know when this was out. I thought this was a PS3 game, but apparently not. One. It's PS2's Game of the Year in 2004.
Yeah.
And this is said to be the best in the series. But once again, at number 45, we have another Grand Theft Auto. This time, San Andreas.
Yeah, and I have not played it. I played it, but I've seen people play it, and it does really up my alley.
I refuse to watch any playthroughs of this or 5 because I want to play them.
Yeah, and I will eventually play them. I promise.
I will too eventually. I've beaten 2.
I'm pretty sure I own this.
I've made it pretty far in 3. Oh, I own all of them. That's for certain.
Yeah.
PC though, for sure.
Yeah, PC version. Yeah, that's the easiest way to play these games right now.
Exactly. God damn, I gotta say. And sneak peek for Thursday, I guess. Tony Hawk 1 and 2. Yeah, we all knew I was playing that all weekend. I can't wait to no fucking load screens. I can't wait.
Oh, and a sneak peek for Thursday's episode, which I want to bring up, is do not buy a video card right now, because NVIDIA is doing something. This is a little teaser. They're doing something to take away some of the impact of the consoles this winter. And it's amazing.
Ooh, better than ray tracing, I take it.
Oh, it's even better than that. Cost. It's gonna blow your mind. There's no point in buying a. For a lot of people, when the new PCs are coming out, I don't want to say too much more, but with the new consoles coming out, they're like, well, the new consoles have features that's better than a PC. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. Well, this is going to come out in November before the consoles.
That doesn't last long even when it does happen, because that has happened where the consoles were technically more powerful than the PCs that were out at the time. And then what happens? 3 months passes.
Yeah. But NVIDIA's doing it before the consoles come out, which is just an awesome punch in the gut for the consoles.
Fucking tangents.
Yeah, I know.
I was talking to Mick today, and I was talking about how we're changing the format of the show and whatnot. Yeah. And I said, we were doing the sections of music, and so I wasn't even talking about classic rock because I just presume everybody is familiar with classic rock, because they should be.
Yeah, good music.
And I said, so we decided to do classic rock. This is before we decided to switch the format altogether, and I said, any guesses on who the first band was? And she said the same thing you did. She said Zeppelin.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's a great guess, but no.
Yeah.
And thinking what? She's like, who could it be if it's not Zeppelin? I said, the Beatles. Yeah. She said, I'm ashamed of myself.
Yeah. As you should be. That's what
she said pretty much the same thing I did. The problem is Beatles aren't actually in classic rock. They're at a stage of their own where there's the Beatles stage, and then somewhere way below that is where classic rock falls and all the music they're in.
Yeah, they did change a lot of things.
I don't care what your style of music is. Just there's enough Beatles out there where there's something that's going to strike your fancy, and they truly were that good.
Yeah, we should just let it be, though.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Timon. I blame you. I blame you, Timon.
Dad jokes.
All right, so moving on. Number 44. Oh. I've not played this, but I believe you have.
I have. Baldur's Gate 2, Shadows of Alm. And yeah, every new version of Baldur's Gate that came out was better than the last. And Baldur's Gate 2, better multiplayer. They had multiplayer in the first one, but they had the old school multiplayer where if you go to a store, to buy stuff, one at a time.
One at a time, yep.
Baldur's Gate 2, you can all go at the same time.
Well, we started playing Baldur's Gate, and this is why we haven't played Baldur's Gate 2. I'm certain we have them both. I'm certain I bought this probably 3 times on sale.
It's possible. I think I purchased Baldur's Gate 1 on freaking iPad.
That's fantastic. Well, we were playing one. I know because we cheated like hell. I know all our dudes had like boots of speed and shit like that.
Yeah,
but then I have no idea what happened. I don't know if we completely lost interest or what.
Another game came up. I think invariably a new season of Diablo comes out, and throws us all outside
That
of
will
crack.
fuck up everything. It
Yes,
really will.
we played Diablo and we played the season, but now we got down to a system now that we can beat the new season usually in a day.
It takes like a weekend, I'll say, and the season's
Yeah.
done. I don't even. Mickles was asking me last season, like, she's like, "Do you enjoy this?" I'm like, "Not really. It's like something I need to do at this point."
Yeah, because it's like like a challenge now. How quickly can I get this over with?
Yeah, how quickly can I get it done?
'Cause
And she's like, "Well, why are you playing it if you don't enjoy it?" I'm like, "Well, I need the wings that and the pet that I'm never going to use."
Right.
And she just stares at me, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's the logic. Believe me, I see the flaws in it too, but that's what we're working with here."
Yeah. And I'm just happy we can get it over with in a day, and then we don't have to worry about it.
Oh, that last season was the best, thanks to you.
I know, because I played it, and I got a system down because of Riker.
Yep.
He really laid it down. I printed it out, step 1 through 10, and then another sheet is like everything you equip yourself with
Yep.
during every single level, and it made everything. It was correct. I was like, there was never a moment where I was like dying constantly.
Yep.
It was like nonstop levels and
Cool.
experience.
I think you got me like 100 levels in one grade of Rift.
Yeah, because that's the first time. I think that was the highest level that we tried to power somebody in the season.
Yeah, I've never seen it go up that much.
And I was like, what, 800 or something?
It was
And
something stupid. Yeah, you were like a god, and I'm like, hey.
yeah, I know. I was like, let's come in for Greater Rift real quick.
I
Yeah.
gotta say, dude, I definitely appreciate that because normally what would happen is you wouldn't play like the first week because you'd have some events or something. So I'd play all weekend, and then I would because it would take me that long to get to not even your levels, but I'd get
Yeah.
pretty badass and then help you out. I did not help you as much.
Yeah. In fact, I got bored, and I actually did something for the first time I ever did. I started joining multiplayer games of lower level people because I'm like, well, I guess I can help you. And I was giving people, the boon of the hoarder and all this. I was just helping random people. I've
yeah.
never done that before.
That's fun.
Yeah, because I'm not really an online person. And I'm like, you know what? I did this quickly. Let me help other people.
I'll do them with bounties because bounties you got to do them online. It's just so much fucking faster.
Yeah, definitely.
Or maybe even especially. But I've done this where I'll stay in a group. Throughout multiple games, like we'll leave and rejoin the same group, where it's just weaker people, so they complete maybe one act, whereas I complete the rest of them.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with that because
Yeah.
they're it's still faster than me doing it solo,
Yeah.
and they're doing something.
Yeah, so yeah, I guess it's a love-hate relationship with the game. So yeah, I do like it, but yeah. But back to Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate 2, I do recommend it if you loved the first Baldur's Gate 2, and I do recommend playing multiplayer. That's the way to go in these games. They're really fun to play multiplayer.
We got to go back. I can't play this one until we actually open, destroy, do whatever it is we need to do to Baldur's first gate.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I forget now. That one I don't figure. Icewind Dale, I remember the story because there was a plot twist. in it.
Icewind Dale's another one we started, and then something was shiny, and we're like,
Yeah.
ooh, shiny.
I know we have terrible attention spans for adults.
I know, but we've finished other games too.
We have.
Yeah, the original Sin Divinity 2 that was in this vein that looked like a beautiful game. I still haven't even played it single player, but multiplayer, yeah, that failed miserably for us.
There is a modern Baldur's Gate coming out that it's an alpha now that looks beautiful.
Oh,
I can't wait to play that one.
Oh, good. Well, maybe we'll play that one multiplayer by the time it comes around.
I think it's consider a continuation, not the same stories rehash. So I think it's going to be kind of fun to play.
So we should be playing the first one.
Yeah, because I don't think they're going to cover the same story.
Oh, let's see. I need the backstory. I
Need
to
a backstory. Yeah, this is the modern version of the gold boxes, the Baldur's Gate series.
The irony is, why the fuck do I even play them in order? Because I skipped through most of the story anyway. I'm
Yeah,
like, just tell me what you want me to do. Like,
yeah.
where do I need to go and what do I need to pick up? Who do I need to kill? Let's just keep it simple.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Number 43. That's awesome.
Yeah, this is just cheating. So it's
Yeah.
the Grand Theft Auto double pack for the Xbox, which is both Vice City and
Yeah.
what's the other one?
It's
though?
Vice City and Grand Theft Auto 3.
Oh, okay, 3 and Vice City. Okay,
Yeah.
that's pretty groovy then. Yeah, because
Yeah.
3 is definitely the most dated of the bunch because of math for one.
Yeah.
But it's still the same type of engine and it still holds its own.
Yeah, it does.
I stand by it. But yeah, this is, Kevin just pointed out, we just jumped too. Baldur's Gate was the last game rated at 95 for the Metacritic score, and the Grand Theft Auto Double Pack is a 96.
Yeah, we're getting up there.
Which, I even rate that one potentially higher because great games,
Yeah.
worth the rating, but it also appeals to the cheap in me.
Yes. I do like waiting a long time to get like every DLC included kind of deal, at a low price.
My favorite game on Steam for the longest time was buying discount games on Steam.
Yep.
Not playing games, mind you.
Yeah.
Just finding the stupid shovelware, as they used to call it, bargains.
Well, I did purchase a game last week that I will be talking on Thursday, called Death Stranding. So that's
Pretty
a
funny.
preview, and $44, which I know is still a lot, but the game is $60. So, the sale was going to end on Labor Day.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if you don't get it now, it's going to go back to $60 for 3-4 months, and I really want to play the game. And I've been playing it till 1, 2 in the morning ever since I got it. I can't wait to talk about it because the game is worth $44.
When do you start at UPS?
That's why I told Charlize, I'm like, this is Norman Reedus, and he's a UPS man. That's the game. Yeah. The end.
Well, the original working title was "What Can Brown Do for You?"
Yeah, okay.
They changed it.
Yeah, that adds new meaning when you can use your poop as a weapon. But that's another story.
I don't even want to know how the planets aligned in such a way that you would learn that.
Yeah, I know.
That was a dynamic, but be that as it may.
So,
boy, we're never getting through this fucking list.
But the game, love it. I'll talk about it on Thursday.
That was us not talking about a game, by the way.
Yeah, that's us not talking about a game. What's wrong with us? Okay,
Wow.
number 42, which is the answer to life and the universe.
It is, yeah, and everything, yeah.
Yeah, and everything, yeah.
Look at you making a literary reference.
We need to find the question.
Yep. So 42 for PS2 is Metal Gear Solid 2: The Sons of Liberty.
Yes, which is, like I said previously, I've played like part of one.
I played
Metal Gear Solid.
I beat the first Metal Gear. Nintendo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're stealth games. Again, I did buy one. I checked two. It was like the Phantom Pain. I'm not kidding, man.
That's the
I bought it for like $3, guys. If you keep your eyes peeled. Haven't even played it, but it's pretty much everything I hate. But $3.
$3.
I will buy a game I know I'm going to hate for $3.
That is awesome.
The cheap in me is so strong.
So this is just coincidentally, this is a Hideo Kojima game, which is also Death Stranding, same director.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So, and from right here, he has the weird, the Japanese culture that he like blends in this game. They're kind of like give it that atmosphere that so many people like.
I find it amazing because I literally don't know the director of. The only games I know of who produced them are Sierra Games.
Oh, yeah. What was her name?
Roberta Williams.
Yeah, Roberta Williams, yeah. I remember her.
That's it. Actually, God, if I thought about it, Leisure Suit Larry was Al something. Al Lowe.
Hello, say? So you remember some. Yeah.
So, yeah, Sierra era.
Yeah.
I don't know directors of games whatsoever. It amazes me that you do.
Well, like everyone knows, Bethesda, the Skyrim on it because they always Todd Howard. They always his name comes up because he was director of those games.
You don't know the company. Like you didn't reference the company. You reference the. I presume it's the director.
Yeah, Hideo Kojima because. Yeah, his name carries weight with games.
I think it's great that you know that. See, I would never know that. I would never know Hideo Kojima. Now that you've told me, I still don't know Hideo.
Someday you should watch the video of Conan O'Brien visiting Kojima Studios. It's hilarious.
Oh, I love Conan O'Brien.
Yeah, he's in the Death Stranding game.
Oh, is he?
Yes, he is.
That's great. Okay.
It's hilarious, too, as a cameo. And I just got to it a couple nights ago, the Conan O'Brien episode.
It's probably like 10 years ago now, but Conan O'Brien Can't Be Stopped was like a little movie documentary he made. It was
That's awesome.
fucking hysterical. It was great. Dude's all right.
I do like Conan.
Yeah, guy's good.
Number 41, and we probably have spoken about this one.
We have. It was a different system, but...
Yeah, BioShock. Since we spoke about it before, play it. It is the best one in the series, worth a 96, and I would say BioShock 2, way lower, and BioShock Infinite, it was up there in the high 90s too, so they're both good games.
BioShock 2 I wouldn't even put on this list. It wouldn't even make this list, but BioShock definitely belongs there.
Yes, I agree. Fun game. I
agree with PC too because it's an FPS.
I like the remastered version because overall the game is better, but the intro is better in the original BioShock because they decide not to throw mud on the screen as you're descending into Rapture.
I love how offended you are by that.
Why? You couldn't even see it.
Yep.
It's like, oh, let's remaster it, and I can't see it.
That's great, yeah.
It's the best scene of the game too. That really shows you what you're going to get into.
It inspires wonder and awe and gets you. It sets the table for the intro of the game very nicely.
The Art Deco, I love the whole Art Deco feel of it. That the 40s or 20, where the heck the 20s, the 40s theme where it's Art Deco-ish. And
well, I wonder, did somebody lose their job because of that, or did somebody lose their job and then that's what they programmed on their last day?
Yeah, I'm throwing mud here.
Like, look, you guys.
Why? That's a nice creative thing where you like try to age things differently in the remaster version, but that was a beautiful scene. And the whale coming in front of the screen, you could barely see it.
Oh,
it annoyed me. I was like, really?
That does suck.
But the rest of the game, the remaster one, obviously is much prettier. But
that fucking brother story with the rabbit, it's just worth the price of admission, guys. It really is. It's creepy AF.
Yeah, so definitely play BioShock or watch a playthrough. Great game.
Okay.
Number 40.
40. I played the hell out of this one. This is the original PlayStation Gran Turismo, and I gotta say, this game, when I say this game was a bitch, I mean it in every sense. Like, it was fucking mean.
I did Google it after when we spoke about Gran Turismo in general, and there was a licensing system where you...
Oh, my God, yeah.
Yeah, it was...
Yeah, I'm not kidding, dude. It was harder for me to get my license in this game than it was for me to operate a real motor vehicle in the United States, by far.
Yeah, I remember when I got my driver's license, and this is why I can never play Gran Turismo, because when I got my driver's license, I went to every family member and goes, who has the smallest car so I can parallel park this thing?
Oh, that's great.
So I got this compact, tiny little car. It's some Chrysler, and I still failed.
Oh, that's great. How many times do you have to take it?
2. I passed the written the first time, and it took me 2 times for the parallel parking because I hit, as soon as you hit a cone, you fail. So second time I parallel
Actually used cones.
Actually used cones, yeah, where I'm from Ohio.
I got 100 on my written, yeah. And then when I took my driver's test, I'm not kidding, driving a big fucking Monte Carlo.
I owned a Monte Carlo. I love those cars.
And it was hot as balls. Yeah. So basically...
Oh, God.
It was like this. Okay, go up to the stoplight and make a left, and roll up your window, turn on the AC. So do all that. All right, go over to that light and make a right, and turn off the AC. Let's roll down the windows. And like every instruction was accompanied with something having to do with the temperature because it was fucking hot.
Wow.
Where she had me parallel park, there was one car involved. So I just had to back in, and I could parallel park anyway. Yeah. It wasn't a problem. But it was just like, wow. Where I had to do my 3-point turn, I'm just like, are you sure? I could just do a Yui.
Yeah.
Like, I'm there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it wasn't much of a test. But, yeah, somehow I passed. This game?
Yes.
I put far more time in practice into getting a fucking license in Gran Turismo on the PlayStation than I ever did in a real car.
Well, I wouldn't play this game, but I would have to have a compact car.
Yeah.
That's the only way I could do it.
I'm not kidding, dude. It was... There's 2 things about that game that are amazing. One is the fucking difficulty and the sense of accomplishment you get when you do accomplish something is amazing. But I'm not kidding. This is one of those games that it's going to sound stupid. It literally makes you a better driver in real life. I'm not kidding. Wow. The physics of a vehicle are the physics of a vehicle, and this emulates them perfectly. And it explains to you just what speed and down pressure it means and how it impacts the way your car handles in and out of a turn. Yeah. And it makes you learn that. And once you've learned that, you know, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying go drive like a bat out of hell in real life, but you literally have a better understanding of how your real life car operates.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's me. Did I mention that?
Yeah, me. Yeah.
It's a great game, but it's...
Yeah, stressful games has never been my forte.
You know, like I've always said, or now I've said, just go Need for Speed if you're just looking for a fun racing game. Yep. If you want driving precision, the Gran Turismo series is a driving simulator. It doesn't even pretend to be a game.
Right.
It is really spot on, and so much so that it's almost frustrating if that's not what you're looking for.
Well, I did watch a video back in when VR first started hitting, and somebody compared their scores between playing Gran Turismo and then playing the same game in VR, and their scores were higher in VR. So I guess being in the car, virtual reality, where you can look left, look right, and see to your sides, made you a better driver.
I don't know. It could just be the concept of crashing into a wall in virtual reality. It might make you say, I'm never doing that again.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So, number 39, I've not played.
Yes, The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker
The Wind
on the GameCube.
Waker. Yeah, GameCube. So I've got the GameCube. I do not have this game though.
Oh, I remember this game. When it came out, at first people did not like it because it didn't look like a normal Zelda game. This is cell shaded, so
Oh, okay. Yeah, looks like a cartoon.
But the reason why I think it holds up in test of time because sometimes when you cell shade a game back in 2003, that when you play in 2020, it looks good still.
Yeah, it still looks good. Well, it's a Zelda game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to keep people happy. So they hate change, and they hate it being the same. So like Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, people hated it. Fucking hated it because it was all wrong.
Yeah, this looked nothing like a Zelda game.
Yeah, it looks like a cartoon. Boy, the video will be useful because we can show what we're looking at.
Yeah, I'll be showing
kind
you.
of like what Kevin Smith alluded to.
Yes, yeah, he did kind of tease us. I don't know if anybody caught that in the video, but he teased us for talking about video games when you can't see them.
Yeah. But yeah, I have not played this, but I'll say this sight unseen, not having played it at all, I bet it's a ton of fun. It's a Zelda game. What's not to like?
I think it's fun, and it took a little bit for it to catch on, I believe. But then when people said, "Oh, there's a fun game there," and yeah, it kind of holds the test of time. People now think of it very fondly, and it got a 96 Metacritic.
All I keep seeing is Wanker, though. The Wind Wanker.
The Wind Waker, yeah, it's like a British, and even the user score is 9.0. So yeah, that's a very well loved game.
Yep. Boy, number 38 for PS2 is Resident Evil 4. Have you played any in the series Resident Evil?
I have not played any Resident Evils. I have seen the movies.
The movies,
and I like them because they're so bad they're good movies.
they had Multipass in it.
Multipass.
And on Kornikova there, I don't remember her name. But,
yeah, I know.
yeah, no one does. Yeah, it's Multipass.
Multipass.
Her name is Multipass. But yeah, she's easy on the eyes. She's always fun to watch. And
so I know about the games a little bit. But then when I watched the movie, I'm like, that movie was great. That first one, oh, it was great.
I always find the movies to be disjointed, but I celebrate the whole catalog, to be honest with you. I mean, I haven't played 4 specifically. I played the shit out of 2. I want to say I played 1 as well. I don't think I beat 1. I beat 2 like crazy. But they're great games. They're mean though.
You mean, yeah.
Like, again, I can speak to 2. Like, you can only save so many times. Ammo is always an issue. You never have enough ammo. It's just those types of games. But at the same token, you're also running around trying to survive and shooting zombies occasionally.
Yeah. And I like that kind of thing.
Zombies never get old.
You would think that would have my name on it, but I think that when they came out, I knew they were going to be difficult games, so I never tried them.
Yeah, they're not like anything like a Dark Souls. They're not where you need to play it for a half an hour just to learn to beat this boss. It won't really work like that at all. Yeah. But you will have to play through it more than once in order to know that, okay, this dude's going to jump through this window in 10 seconds, scare the shit right out of me. So I got to be ready for that.
Yeah, I think someday they're gonna, because they've been slowly remastering these Resident Evils. So I can see me playing them if they do end up remastering them.
Well, if you just keep holding out, one day you're going to find some super bargain that I'm probably going to buy. That's going to be like Resident Evil 1 through 50, high definition, remastered.
I've been looking forward to the one Resident Evil they released where it's, one, it's in VR, is the primary way of playing it, but you don't have to play in VR, and it takes place in basically a haunted house with a family.
Yeah, I've seen a playthrough of that one. That's 5, actually, I guess.
Yeah, I forget which.
Biohazard.
Biohazard, yeah. So, and they're going to make a sequel to that, because that was way more popular, because Resident Evil was kind of a downslide in its popularity, and that came out, they're like, oh, Resident Evil, and then they came out with a couple of remastered games.
I will say this, they're kind of like Silent Hill to me in the sense that, and now, in all fairness, I've only seen Silent Hill playthroughs. I've not actually played them. Yeah. They're just not as good as I want them to be, which is a twist of a Pretty Woman quote there, believe it or not. But it's like, dude, you're onto something. I like it. And don't get me wrong, I did enjoy the Resident Evils. And they're a great franchise. You can just, again, keep the zombies coming all the live long day. Yeah. But, like I wish I could fucking get it, the PT demo.
Yeah. Oh, I have it on here if you want to play it. I have it on my PlayStation.
It's just I've seen the playthroughs of it quite a few times now, and it's just so well done.
And turn the lights off.
I can tell you just from that demo, that's 10 times better than any fucking Silent Hill anything that I've seen.
It could have been a good game with Norman Reedus.
I just don't understand how you can make something that's that fucking good and it's just it goes nowhere.
There's a rumor that Hideo Kojima.
Is that who made PT?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yes.
The one other thing now brought to you by.
Yes. And and Konami are might be kissing and making up.
Okay.
So which
Is that why it never came to be?
Yeah. Basically, they fired Hideo Kojima, and Silent Hills was the name of the game. Never came out.
Yeah. And it actually looked like what I was going to say would be the first in the series, from what I can tell, that would actually be what I'd call good.
Yeah.
Like scary.
Some of them had scary moments in the game that freaked me out. You know, the first time you see Pyramid Head, first time you have a weird baby with head thing coming at you. There's some weird moments.
I mean, yeah, it didn't do it for. I mean, yeah, I understand uncomfortable, but that's different. Like Max Payne 2, where you got the scenes with the dripping blood and the babies crying. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
There's no question, but it's not scary.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say they were
PT
scary.
was fucking scary.
It was scary, well done, and it would have been the first Hideo Kojima, Silent Hill game.
She was behind you the whole time, by the way.
I know that people have hacked the game.
Yeah, to where she's behind you.
Yeah, she's actually attaches
time.
herself to your shoulders.
Yep.
And if you can rotate the camera directly behind you, there she is.
Yes, it's fucking great, isn't
So realizing that is freaky.
Yeah.
It's freaky. But I have beat the game before I saw a playthrough, the demo.
Yeah.
And it was difficult to do it because I would keep going in circles, and eventually I had to hook a microphone. This is true. I had to hook a microphone to the controller and yell at it. That was way you actually had to beat. Some people didn't realize they had to do that because they're talking as they're doing the playthrough, and it has to pick up audio from you to get through the last lap.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
Yes.
What do you have to say?
You just have to. You don't have to say anything because it doesn't do any kind of recognition.
Okay.
But you actually have to talk.
You just need to make a noise.
A noise talking to it during a certain sequence, and it completes the demo.
Nice.
And I didn't know that for the longest time, so I hooked it up to the controller, a headset with a mic, and I start just talking. And
What
boom.
even made you think to do that?
That part I Googled because I was
Okay.
like, why can't I beat this? And they go, this is the steps. I'm like, I did all that. And they says, hook a microphone. This is the steps. Hook a microphone up to your controller and start, walk before this photograph and like yell at it.
That's fantastic. What'd you yell? Do you remember?
I don't remember. I'm like, win! Or
yeah,
something. I don't know.
I'm ever so curious. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember what I did. But yeah, because it was years ago, but I still have it on PS4. I'm willing to sell my PS4 this December.
That is great.
But yeah, I do have PT on it, and you can't get it.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's just, it makes me wonder who's making these decisions. Like, seriously, who the fuck hired this director? Was he really that big a pain in the ass? But
Yeah.
even aside from that, Silent Hills are all over the place. Resident Evils, they're close, but they're just not there. Like, it could have been, you're onto it. It's just not as scary as it could be.
Could have been a contender.
Seriously, it could have been somebody.
Instead
But I
of
mean,
a bum.
it's great. It's, you know what I call those things too? It's Eyes Wide Shut. You ever see that movie?
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that movie's worse than bad, in my opinion, because it was close.
Yeah.
It was like within a stone's throw of fucking greatness. It had that evil society underneath the surface. It was hinting at something, and it was tense. And then they fucking screwed the pooch.
Yep.
And I actually use that term, the Eyes Wide Shut, because it's something that... Because to me, if you just suck, okay, you just suck. But if you are like that close... It's like failing a test by one question. I find that offensive. If I fail a test by all the questions, it's like, oh, I just don't know this material. I need to study. If I miss by one, it's like, fuck, I'm so close. Yeah. It's like more insulting. And that's what those kinds of things are, missing by one. Like Resident Evil, Silent Hills. You're so close to greatness that I'm almost more offended because you're not quite there. Although I will say the Resident Evil Biohazard, it did a lot of... jump scares, but I would say it's the scariest I've seen of the bunch. Yeah,
because it's definitely, I've seen videos of walls bursting, and, a lot of jump scares in it.
Yeah, but it was, closer. These are supposed to be horror games. I'm supposed to be scared.
You're supposed to be scared.
Not.
Yeah. So it should have been called Resident Kind of Evil.
Kind of evil. We're working towards evil.
We're working.
Resident, just bad intent.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yes.
Anyway.
Number 37.
Yeah, within a 96, we definitely can agree on this one.
The original Half-Life, not the second one, which is usually more well-played and well-trotted, the sequel. But the first Half-Life, which I have not played, I did purchase a remastered one. Yeah, I know I haven't played. I probably played a few minutes of it, but I haven't played from beginning to end because I wasn't alive in 1998. I really wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't until the 2000s I was alive. So when this game came out, it kind of missed me. But then when Half-Life 2 came out, and I'm like, oh, I got to try this. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. But I don't know why I never went back to play Half-Life. I'm waiting for I heard there's problems with the game, especially in the later levels where there's some repetition when you're on the alien homeworld.
Oh, I'm not saying the game itself is so great because it's not.
But Black Mesa, somebody remastered the game. I will play that because everyone says all the stuff that made the game good is still there, but they fixed some problems in the gameplay.
The irony is I haven't actually played this at all on Half-Life 2, but Half-Life, Team Fortress Classic.
Yeah.
Fuck the game Half-Life.
Yeah, true. The
Team
engine,
Fortress
the
Classic.
source engine, yeah. Yeah.
That game was so good.
Yes, I have played all those.
I lost so much of my life to being a sniper, it wasn't even funny. And loved it. Absolutely loved it. It was a great, great game.
Couldn't you can become another character temporarily? What was the special feature of the sniper? You had a power.
I could shoot your fucking head off from across the room.
That's true.
And you never even saw it coming.
I thought there was like a camouflage thing you could do temporarily.
I don't remember, but everybody had a gimmick. The sniper, I know there was this one board where everybody basically jumped from the second level onto the first, and then they came at my base. And basically, I die all the time because if somebody actually infiltrated our base and I didn't know it, they'd just come up and stab me in the back. I'd never see them. But I was playing it so much, man. People were jumping off of that, and they weren't ever touching the ground. I'm just popping their heads off mid-jump, and I'm like, God, I love this.
I would play that game, but I'd be thinking of Unreal Tournament.
Yeah. I guarantee we'd have fun with it. But you could do lots of things. Like you could be an engineer class who just built guns and
like
shit
turrets.
like that.
Yeah. I think I played the second one a lot.
See, I didn't play the second at all. I have to. But good stuff.
Definitely good stuff. So I do recommend checking out Black Mesa because I hear they fix sometimes it's hard to go back to Half-Life because it's at this point so old. Some people don't enjoy the really old blocky graphics. And it was revolutionary at the time because Half-Life was the first FPS where it took like good 20, 30 minutes before you even had a gun. Yeah. So that was unusual.
It was, and the crowbar sucked ass.
Yes.
But I love that you're older than me. But
I am significantly older than you.
Yes, you're a solid month older than me.
Yes.
And yet, when you say really old game and I say really old game, we literally have we have a fucking decade between us.
Yes. I consider old games anything pre-2000.
Yeah, that's great.
Yep.
That is awesome. Anyway.
Number 36, and we may have to skip this because I'm sure we spoke about the Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim many times.
Yep, that you own. I'm sure you own this one and every other variant.
Yes, I bet you I have it right over there. I can see my Xbox 360 games, which is that version.
Does Bethesda do tours? We could do a road trip, go to Bethesda, make a show of it.
Yeah, that wouldn't be that far from here.
No, I think it's in Maryland.
It might be. In a town called, I forget.
They named the town after the gaming company.
I know, that's just weird.
It's amazing.
It's such a powerful company that they named the whole town after them.
Number 35, man. Again, just this kind of proves a point here with a Metascore of 96 for the GameCube. What do we got?
Yep. The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess.
I don't even know which one this is, but again, it's Legend of Zelda. It just doesn't matter, and that's the point it proves. Like if it says Legend of Zelda on it, just buy it. You're gonna have a sword and a shield, and you're gonna kick shit out of some things, have some puzzles to figure out. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, you would think that Nintendo would milk the heck out of Legend of Zelda. Oh yeah, they did.
No, they definitely have. Yeah, so it's just all over. But I mean, again, you don't by mistake end up with a 96 on this list. They're good games. They're solid games. They're well made. So again, even though I haven't played this one specifically, I guarantee it's a great game.
It looks like they're going to remaster or have remastered to the Switch. Or, no, there's a petition to remaster it.
Okay.
It looks like, it's definitely a few steps above Ocarina of Time in graphics. Yeah, I think, I would like to play it. So please, I will sign the petition as well.
That's fantastic. We're signing petitions, folks.
Yes.
Number 34, I know we've also talked about.
We have spoke about it. It's one of the best games ever made.
They're saying for the Xbox 360 here, but it's none other than Kevin's Mass Effect 2.
Yeah, definitely a great game. And any game that's, one, you can tell it's great excitement on the remaster that's either coming now or early next year. And the fact that, everyone still calls it one of the best games ever made. It's just
I would definitely, I'll definitely give it another playthrough. God knows when, but I definitely will.
I think the game's well made, and
Yep.
I can't say much more about it. It has all the elements I like in a game. It has, some action, but RPG, and it's more about your conversations than the gameplay technically.
Yep, agreed.
And that's what I like about those kind of games.
Yeah, there's no leveling per se. There's no grinding really. I mean, you get the points
Yeah.
for doing the missions, and they help, but it's not grindy.
Yeah, it's more of an action, story-based RPG rather than about the levels.
Yep, it's good. A good game. I'll definitely play through it again.
Yeah, definitely. And you have to play Mass Effect 3, even though it has a weird ending that caused a giant outcry. Which is, I'm like, it didn't ruin my childhood. I was fine with
I'm
it.
having a giant outcry. It's like $38. That's what you're rich from.
Yeah, I don't know if it's not the days where I can lend you a copy because I think I only have that on PC.
I know that's funny though.
I miss those
I love
days.
that I let you borrow a game because you're right. I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah.
That
Which
used to
reminds
be
me, I
such
still-
a thing.
Oh, you know what? I still have your Final Fantasy. I haven't given back to you.
Yeah, I've been losing
Yeah, you've been
sleep
losing
over it
sleep.
because yeah, exactly. It's not a thing, but I mean, it is cool though. I was excited about that because
Yeah.
it's been a long time since it was. Well, one,
Yeah.
that was even an option, but
Yeah.
two, that it's just cool that we can do that.
Yeah. Number 33.
Is Tekken 3 for the PlayStation?
Never played any of the Tekkens.
I played Tekken Tag for the PlayStation 2, I believe it was. But Tekkens are fighting games. They're
Oh, that's why I
they're
didn't play it.
three-dimensional. Yeah, they're good games. I mean, they're well made. I wasn't. Again, I was more of a Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat type of dude. But Tekkens, I definitely played some Tekkens, and I enjoyed them. There's nothing wrong with them.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at standing there.
Yeah,
That's my skill in all those fighting games.
yeah. Nobody liked playing fighting games with me.
I can take a punch.
Don't get me wrong.
Just like
though.
real life.
I go online, and it's gonna be like freaking 6-year-olds kicking my ass like I never played the game.
I know. That's why I pretty much stopped going online when I hit a certain age. I'm not going to say. But yeah.
I don't know if I hit the age where it was good online.
There's a time back in the first Call of Duties that I was just awesome. But then somewhere.
Well, okay,
I
actually, you
lost
know
it.
what? Half-Life. There
Yeah.
was a time, but that's because I played a lot.
Yeah.
Anyway, number 32.
Batman Arkham City, which is the second one in the series. Yeah, that took everything that made Arkham Asylum was awesome and fun, and Arkham City was more and better.
And they have it for the PS3 here. I have this whole series. I have all three of them on PC because Epic just gives shit away.
Yeah, these games are as long as you want them to be because yes, you can just pretty much plow through the game in probably 10 or 15 hours. Or if you're like me, the Riddler throws all their, hidden puzzles that you gotta solve.
Okay,
You can definitely make the game last way longer if you try to do everything 100%.
sure.
You don't have to, but doesn't mean it's any less fun. Especially any scenes with the Scarecrow are memorable
Nice.
because he messes with your brain and the levels are crazy. So yeah, I just like all the Arkham stuff.
I would say you're a Batman fan too.
I've always liked Batman ever since 1960 something.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's funny. I grew up with that too, and
Wham pow.
actually, I had a Penguin light. I think it was a night light, and I had the villain because that's how I roll. My guess is, in hindsight,
Yeah.
I'm guessing it was probably clearanced on sale.
Yeah.
Who knows? Like nobody wanted to buy the Penguin, so I got the Penguin. Somehow I ended up with the
Yeah.
Penguin. But,
Burgess Meredith.
wow. Look at you go.
Sorry.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Actually, Michael Keaton is my favorite Batman. Just to be clear.
Adam West.
Adam West is my second favorite, but Michael Keaton is my favorite.
I don't know if I can get behind that. I'm not a Batman guy.
Oh.
Like Batman's okay,
Yeah.
but he's not a superhero.
Well, yeah, his power is money.
Yeah.
He's not the only superhero.
Well,
that power was money or gadgets.
Actually, let me
like
phrase
Tony
that.
Stark.
I want his superpower.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, I would like his superpower.
I would like his superpower. Yeah, but yeah, he's not really. And yeah, Iron Man's not a superhero either.
No, he's not.
So yeah, I never was a huge Batman guy, but people love him. I like that he's a dick.
Yeah.
He's a detective though.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. And that's what makes the games fun because there is detective work in the game where you can go detective mode and see where somebody just walked.
Yeah, because I mean, at day's end, that's effectively what he's supposed to be.
Yeah, so that's why I think really I don't know. A lot of people like the cartoons and the games because whenever the Joker's in these games and the Batman, they're the same voice actors as the cartoons.
Which is Mark Hamill, yeah.
Mark Hamill, and I forget the gentleman who plays Batman, but they're the same voices, so it has the same. It's well done. A lot of people consider their favorite Joker Mark Hamill,
I've heard that.
and he was definitely very similar to Heath Ledger's version. You know,
God, yeah.
kind of, yeah.
Heath Ledger did nail it,
Yeah.
though. I mean, like, he was fucking crazy, and I'm like, that's what we want.
Yes,
Big price to pay there.
I know. Oh, number 31. In fact, I think this is how I got all the games.
Yep.
The orange box. And I can see this being high up because it gets you everything.
Yeah, they took a page from your book. So yeah, the orange box was kind of just like a Valve goodie pack, if
Yes.
you will. It was Half-Life 2 for sure, but I think it was pretty much both Portal games, Half-Life, the
Yeah.
Team Fortress games. I don't even know what the hell was in
Yeah,
there.
Team Fortress. Yeah, it's basically everything that I think Valve put out up to that point, except for the zombie games.
I may have actually bought this because, again, I have Portal 1 and 2, and I couldn't tell you, like, I didn't specifically buy Portal 1 or 2,
Yeah.
so I got them part of some package or another. It might have been this one.
So yeah, I think that was worth it. I think it wasn't that expensive when it came out either.
Yeah,
so
you,
it
again,
was
cheap bastard, so you
Yeah.
know I didn't spend a lot.
definitely, but yeah, number 30 we can skip pretty quickly because it's now went from the orange box on the PC to the number 30 orange box on the Xbox 360. So if you don't have Half-Life, Half-Life 2, Portal 1, Portal 2, definitely go and see if you can find the orange box on Steam because it'll probably be the best deal.
Oh, yeah, yep. And they're all good games. I mean, albeit dated. Well, we're going to be going through this list quick now, thank
Yeah,
God.
I know.
Because,
We need to catch up. Yeah,
Yeah, we got to we're already over an hour.
we might have to get to 25.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm hoping for. So 29 is Resident Evil 4 again, this time for the GameCube.
Yes.
Which I find that fascinating. I would always think Nintendo, for anything horror, would be the lowest rated imaginable. Because, like, we replaced the blood with Mario.
Yeah,
You know, it'd just be something like that.
that's awesome.
Yeah, whenever you'd see blood normally, now you'll just see Mario.
See Mario. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm surprised that a GameCube or a Nintendo system had a horror game so high.
Yeah, it's pretty rare for Nintendo to put any horror games out there.
Now, this is funny to me, number 28, because you specifically said you really liked this one the best, if I recall correctly. Or this was one of your favorites.
It's one of my favorites. I like Uncharted 4 for different reasons, but Uncharted 2, number 28, Among Thieves. And I forget the name of, there's a type of literary word that means you're starting in the middle of the story.
I think it's Merkin.
I think it might be Merkin.
I never knew the word Merkin until Kevin taught me, so that's why I keep throwing it out at him. Somebody, and by the way, I'm sorry, whoever you are. I know somebody just looked that up.
Medias, in medias res. Latin,
glad
in the
we cleared
middle
that
of
up.
things.
Yes, in medias res.
Yes, so they employed that storytelling trick where the game starts, and it's not a spoiler, the game starts with Nathan Drake bleeding to death on the side of a cliff in a train car.
And he bleeds to death.
The end. The game's over.
Yeah, I was going to say, that doesn't sound like here's a story about a man, and
Yes.
oh, I'm sorry, he just died.
Yeah, he's not a real human. He can bleed to death for hours, apparently.
We just watched something. I don't know what it was, but like we're watching a show, and the main character, within like the first 3 minutes, entirely just hangs himself.
Oh.
And I just turned to Mick. I'm like, he got another job.
Yeah.
It was paying better.
He was paying better.
benefits.
Yeah. I remember seeing that movie, what was it, with Heath Ledger, where he was starring in the movie, and he was done in the first 5 minutes of the movie. That was,
I do.
I highly recommend the movie.
10 Things I Hate About You.
Yes. No, not that movie.
I'm just trying to think of Heath Ledger movies I got. I'm nothing. Pat myself in the back for that one. Brokeback Mountain.
No, because he didn't die. That Heath Ledger.
I don't know that many Heath Ledger movies.
Monsters Ball. And if you haven't seen the movie,
I don't know if I have.
it's worth. Well,
I don't believe
the movie is
anything you
good.
say.
You can tell I like the movie for a couple of reasons because the movie is about. It's depressing,
Okay.
and basically Billy Bob Thornton and Heath Ledger work at a prison, and Heath Ledger messes up an execution, which is I think it's P Diddy.
You had one thing to do.
I know P Diddy. I think it was the guy they were executing.
Okay.
I I think at that time he was still called Puff Daddy, but now he's P Diddy.
I'm blown away by everything you just said. I'm surprised you even know who the fuck P Diddy is, but okay.
He did a great job as inmate. So then spoiler, in the first 5 minutes of the movie, Heath Ledger just kills himself in the movie.
Did he fuck that one up, or?
No, he did a pretty good job.
So practice does make perfect is the moral of the story.
And Billy Bob is a jerk in the movie. He meets Halle Berry, and they formed. And Billy Bob is a giant racist. And he meets Halle Berry when she's in this. I don't remember.
Oh, I don't care who you are, man. You stop being racist when you fucking meet Halle Berry.
Yes. So the movie is worth watching because you might actually like the movie because it's definitely not kind of a movie I would normally recommend to people because it's so dark.
I think I'd call Halle Berry Storm if I had to call her anything.
Oh, Storm, yeah, from X-Men.
But,
yeah.
You know, does it work? Is he a racist by the end of the movie?
I don't know. I think he's still a racist, just not a racist to her.
Oh, yeah. No, seriously. I'm telling you, I don't care how much a fucking racist you are. You meet Halle Berry, you're like, let me reconsider.
Yes.
I'm going to have to rethink this.
But the movie is definitely worth watching because it's Heath Ledger's finest performance. It's a joke because you're not really in it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about racism in general, and I would never understand it.
Oh, no. In this movie, definitely, like, tries to, I don't know, they try to say, hey, this is a bad thing, don't do it. So
is there, I guess there is. I was about to say, are there people out there promoting racism? I guess there are. And
there are,
honestly,
yes, and some leaders do it too.
If somehow, I know, right? That was nice.
Yes.
That was subtle and yet not at all. But yes. I mean, on that note, in all seriousness, guys, we are not a racist show because I've met people of every culture, color, class, religion, and you're pretty much all douchebags.
Yes.
Every one of you.
Yep.
And myself included, too. It's just so asinine. I like to believe in evolution.
Yeah.
I really do.
I think we slowed it down.
But yeah, we seem to, we evolved despite our best efforts. But seriously, if you're hating people because of the color of their skin, wow, are you selling yourself and them short? Yeah. Because there's so many other reasons to hate them.
Yes.
You don't need to resort to that kind of thing. But no, it's just asinine because, you do. Believe me, Halle Berry's a great example of, believe me, I guarantee she's changed people's views on racism. And what it boils down to is racism is ignorance. It's real basic. We are afraid of things we don't know about, things we don't understand. It's real simple. We're really, really simple to understand. Therefore, if I grew up in a white society with all white people, I'm uneasy. I'm a little bit nervous when I encounter somebody who's black because I'm just inexperienced. I lack this knowledge. But that's all it is. But you take the time. You talk to somebody who's black or brown or freaking red or yellow. I don't even care what color you are. You realize, wow, you're just a person doing the same thing I'm doing. Yep. Just every day trying. And that's all it is. It's a struggle for everybody. So, much like your movie's moral, if there's a moral, seriously, stop being a racist because what the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, you're an idiot. Stop it.
Pull your head out your ass. Exactly.
So yes, Uncharted 2. I know there's a remastered pack for the PS4 with the first 3 games. Get it. I mean, if you like shooters at all and you like giant set pieces, but not quite of God of War set pieces, but giant set pieces where you're fighting people on a moving train, it's just fun. It's one of those games where the story's good and the story's fun to play, which is more important than most anything else in a game, if you ask me.
I got the first 3, I think, on PlayStation a couple months back.
Yeah, and I do recommend them. They're fun games. They're not difficult games. Yeah, I mean, you can make them difficult if you crank the difficulty way up high where you get one shot and you die. But it's one of those cover systems where you go on a cover long enough, you regenerate. So yeah, you just don't get shot for 2 seconds, you'll be fine.
Nice.
So yeah, you can get through the game without dying much. Usually when I die in these games, it's when I jump from one ledge to another and for some reason I clicked it wrong or pointed differently and I just go right down into the pit, the crevasse.
I will say that in Mass Effect 2,
I
know what every guy says when you shoot them because the fuckers stand in my way. Yeah. I'm like clearly shooting somebody and then they walk in front of my line of fire and they say, "Why are you shooting me?" And I'm like, "Well, because you just fucking walked in my line of fire, dumbass.
Yeah,
that's why I'm shooting you."
Thank God there isn't friendly fire in that game.
But yeah, I'm not kidding about that. They all yelled at me.
Yeah.
Like, "Hey, Shepard, it's me." I'm like, "Yeah, asshole. I was fucking shooting there. Watch where you're walking."
Yeah, stop it.
Anyway.
Number 27, I'll let you speak about.
Yeah, GoldenEye. 007, 64, man. you have to understand with GoldenEye what it brought to the table. When you look at it now, if you've never played GoldenEye and you're a big fan of first-person shooters, and you're like, wow, Sean told me about this GoldenEye, and you play it, you're going to be like, what a dick.
Yeah.
But you have to understand, one, it was a shooter. Yes, that was great. But like Perfect Dark, I don't talk about Perfect Dark like I do GoldenEye, even though that introduced bots for the first time on the 64. That was fucking huge. So no bots here.
Yeah.
But what it had was the ability for 4 people to sit in a room for the first time and play a first-person shooter on the one TV.
Yeah.
And yes, you could look at other people's windows, but honestly, with 4 people running all around at once, you generally didn't have time.
Yeah, I promise if I was playing that with you, I'd be looking at your screen and that'd be dead by somebody else, that I didn't realize it was one room from me.
We actually, my friend Chuck was so fucking good at this game, we'd always play 3 against Chuck, and we'd never win. He would just smoke us like we weren't even trying. And it was still a lot of fun.
Yes.
Occasionally we'd get him, but I mean, it was literally 3-1. We should have gotten a lot more than we did.
Yeah, I didn't play the original game, but then there's a free Steam version out, or not Steam, but Source Engine version out.
Yeah,
that
we played it. I think it was
fun.
UT 2K4 engine too.
Yeah, it was a nice, easy to play. It was well done, and it was from what all the screenshots is. I think they were very faithful.
The maps. Yeah, I knew where to go in some of the maps.
Yeah, it's very faithful. So yeah, if you can't get a Nintendo 64, grab the free version.
Yep.
It's definitely worth playing. I think that you have to own the Source Engine or an engine to play it. I'm pretty sure it's a Source Engine.
Yeah, I remember we had to download some shit, but it wasn't. But yeah, it looked pretty, and again, so for its time, it was something tremendously special.
So I agree with you. It's one of the best games ever.
We're gonna make it.
We're gonna make it. I know, especially since we're gonna skip this one.
Exactly.
BioShock, Electricity, good game. Skip.
Nice story. Thanks for attending.
Yeah, thanks for attending.
All right, this is a good one to end on, actually. So
Yes.
I'll let you do number 25, buddy.
Number 25, The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, and I'm playing. This is in the Wii U version.
I was going to say it's in the Wii U version,
which I don't remember if it came on the Wii U at the same time as the Switch or there was a delay.
Oh, that's just fucked up. I never even thought about that as a thing, but they were live at the same time. Yeah.
There's a time when some games were released at the same time.
Is it me though? Did Nintendo just fuck everybody that bought a Wii U? Because I think they did.
Yeah, a lot of people. There's a lot of buyer's remorse with the Wii U. A lot.
Yeah, because they bought it and then they released the Switch like 2 years later.
Yeah,
that's a dick move.
They're like, yeah, this is not working, so they got rid of it in a hurry.
That's kind of a dick move.
That's something Cisco would do. Sorry, that's
What's wrong with the chicken people?
Oh yeah, I know that people sell chicken, but I have played a lot of the game at this point. The game you definitely get lost in. You definitely do a lot of cooking.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yes, you do a lot of cooking in the game because you got to make the right recipe, find the right peppers, so you can stay warm when you go in the cold mountains when you don't have the right clothing for it.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's how you fight the elements as you eat hot peppers.
Hot peppers.
You get cold.
Yes,
makes perfect sense.
Makes perfect sense. But I would say in the game, if you play the game, the moment first the tutorial section of the map, you're walled in. You can't get if you jump off the side, you die.
Okay.
So the moment you get the glider, where you pretty much jump off the highest mountain in the game and just glide, I'm like, okay, this game is fun now.
I just won.
Yeah, I just won. It's just a blast. So I would say the game is fun to play, by far. They have a lot of little dungeons you could go into. You interact with people, so it's got the RPG. You're trying to get better armor, and they have interesting boss battles that take like 3 or 4 days for me to beat.
Wow.
Because they're big and they're complex and they're segmented. So you gotta hunt them down. Then you gotta convince the people to let you hunt it down. Then you gotta get to them, shoot them in the legs. Then you can board them, and then there's a whole bunch of puzzles inside that you gotta solve. So it is not a quick game you can't brazen your way through that game. It is big. It is a big game. And yeah, I can see why people love the game. It's beautiful, and it has the art, the art style that kind of like stands the test of time. It's very pretty.
Once again, man, you stamp the name Zelda on it. It means something,
Yeah, and it has the traditional, you meet all the characters that are kind of interesting, and you're only getting parts of the story as you play it because you have no memory when the game starts. It's a good game.
Well, it's funny. I don't know if we talked about it on the show or not, but you talked about the fact that you thought Link was Zelda. And I would think that's fairly common, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I had no idea because I didn't play any of the games. So this is the second Zelda game I ever played, where Ocarina of Time was the first. Mm-hmm. And I'm not even sure even then I knew that Zelda was the princess.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, her name's in the title, and you see her for what? Seriously, like a
Yeah.
minute and a half in every fucking game.
Yeah, was she hanging out with Peach or something? You never get to see her.
Exactly. They're all in another castle.
Yeah, I know, always. So I would say this is the longest Zelda game I've ever played, and yeah, it's a game I could pick up and just play for a few hours and then forget about it.
Nice.
So it's a good game. It's like I said, it has everything. It has deserts, forests, everything.
It's one that's on the list, and one part of the reason I haven't played it is like the $75 price tag. It chokes me to death.
Yeah, it doesn't go on sale ever.
Ever, yeah. But
Ever.
there's actually a loophole, though. I could just steal it from my friend Kevin and then give it back when I'm done.
I do have a cartridge.
Yeah, the cartridge version, yeah.
Yeah.
But the unfortunate reason has nothing to do with money nor stealing from my friend. It has to do with just the sheer volume of games we have to get to and the limited amount of time.
Yeah, there's a website I use a lot now called How Long to Beat, and that's where I put games in to see how much time I need to spend.
And how accurate is that?
It seems to be pretty good. According to this, to play Zelda, if for just the main story, it's 50 hours.
Wow.
The main any extras is 93, and if you're a completionist and you want to do every little thing, it's 186 hours.
Jesus. It's a big game.
It's a big game.
And for me, I presume I'll take whatever the average is and multiply it by 2. So that's a 400-hour game for me.
How long would you say it took you to beat Mass Effect 2?
Oh, I have no idea. And the Steam number would be a joke because, again, I'm notorious for loading games and then leaving them there for days.
They say 24 hours for the main story. And 50 if you do completionist.
I didn't do completionist because there were definitely things I did wrong, but I didn't want to breeze through it because I didn't want to let you down, buddy. So
Yeah,
I 100%ed every fucking planet. Every planet.
So it's possible you make it closer to 35 hours, which is their middle line, their main plus all extra content.
Yeah, in Steam, it probably says I have like 600 hours in the game.
Yeah, because you launch and walk away.
I do. I'm not kidding.
Fall asleep.
Yeah, exactly. Diablo's numbers is completely skewed. That's literally weeks of just me loading it and then not playing it at all. Or boy, Diablo, man. I wish you were around for the marketplace. You used to be able to just buy and sell things online through Diablo quite easily. It's called the marketplace, and you could just auction shit. And there were nights I played Diablo where I literally didn't play Diablo at all. I just went to the auction house and bought shit.
Wow. With my gambling problem I have, that probably would have been bad for me.
I didn't use real money. I used
in-game currency.
They did have real money.
Oh, yeah, then that's where
That would have been a problem
for me.
Yeah. Anywho.
Yes.
Well,
so 25 left.
Yeah, so that was episode 19. We've got 25 left on this list, and then we will, find some new fodder for us. I'm not saying we won't do lists, but we'll certainly take a break from the game list for a little while and spice it up with some things. And I don't really have any shout-outs or anything to give tonight. You?
No. I don't.
Awesome. Well, again, shout out to Metacritic for this list, and shout out to you, Kevin, for just being you and everything you do here. So before we wrap, Kevin, one last time, how do they contact us?
Oh, you definitely can find us on our Celebrity Endorsed webpage.
That's great.
tootcast.net. And yeah, email us at tootcast.net. And, I'm asking that you head over to our YouTube page and like and subscribe all you can over there. And that'll help us with the transition, because we will transition over to video. And the way YouTube's algorithm works, they don't really care about you until you have some subscribers there. So we need to get the number up higher.
Yep, and it makes sense too with the us struggling without the video, so I think that'll be a big leap. But again, all that support, all those subscribes, those likes make a huge difference, and we love hearing from you. So
yes.
keep the mail coming in. Even if it's I recognize too, this is episode 19, buddy. So people are going to be listening to this potentially long after. We might be on episode 90 and they might be listening to 19 for the first time. Yeah. And I'll tell you right now, I'll speak for future Kevin and future Sean when I say we still want to hear from you.
Yes. Yes, we do. Definitely.
So.
Love you.
All right. Exactly. Yes, we do. We love you all. And this has been great. So I think that's today's show. So without further ado, this is Sean.
And this is Kevin.
That's the one other thing.
Good night.